constantly monitor what's happening on the approach, and never let any of the errors develop other than very, very minor errors. Get the corrections in early.
Yeah.
I say, if you're doing glide approaches and you think I can't glide in, add some power, raise the nose so it doesn't go faster, continue flying at the same speed without losing any height. And when you're happy, that you'll be quite happy for me to turn the mags off, or throw the keys out the window, or anything like that. At that point then, that's when you can cut the power and glide in.
Yep.
So now it's 60. Control the airspeed to 60. Get on centre line. In balance. Judge whether or not you can glide in. Now imagine you were coming in here and we were at half this height and the engine stopped. What's your plan?
Going straight down here into this field or even the tarmac.
Why not that runway there?
Yeah, that's what I said, the tarmac.
Oh, we said this field or the tarmac. Sorry, I understand.
No, that one, yeah. The runway would look a good one.
Yeah.
Right, so I just had a little bit of power.
Still coming down at 500 feet a minute, you see. All the way out.
Yeah, it's all the way. I'm going to take my hand off it.
No, put your hand on it. If you need it in an emergency, you need it.
Right.
Just rest your hand down, press it back up to close, that's the best way. Keep it pointing straight, keep it pointing straight. It's just ballooned a little bit. You put power in. Power's okay to soften it.
You know what it is? It's my knee. It's my knee keeps knocking it
That's
forward.
why you rest your hand on it.
It's my knee, keeps knocking it.
See, 900 hours of flying Skyranger, and it's second nature to me to push that down. On mine, it's had a bit of a spring in the closed stop. So if you pushed it down, you get the revs a little bit lower.
Yeah,
your knee will catch it, and your passenger knee will catch it. Yeah. That's why you positively hold it off. That's why you should never take your hand off. Also, you may find that something happens, you need to do a go-around. Your hand's not on the throttle, you've got to go over and find it. Valuable seconds lost.
Yeah, I need to keep my knee away from it. That's what it's just knocking it a centimetre.
Well, if you're pushing it hard down, your hand will keep your knee away.
Yeah.
That's a lovely day, isn't it?
It actually needs a bit of right rudder in this turn.
Yeah. Only, not a lot, just a little bit.
Just a tiny, tiny bit.
It's effectively, when you put the power on, it puts its own left rudder in, doesn't it?
Yeah. Go Bravo, big downwind runway 24.
Oh, get some power and get the nose up while you're making the call. Get it back to height. So plus or minus 50 feet is your target.
Yep. Fuel. Yep, that's still good. Fuel pump is on. Brake is off and we've got pressure. T's and P's, they're all good.
Yeah, it's a quick glance really.
Clean. And
if any of these are going up towards the red, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
If they're well away from the red, it's no more than a glance. You don't need a reading from it. You just need to know that it's somewhere in the
Golf Kilo Alpha departing to west, switching on route.
It's unusual. The engine's that powerful in this Skyranger. I'm having to put opposite, right rudder in a left turn. It's not something I've had to do before that.
So work out project your path forwards and in. So you know what height you need to be there. I'm not talking about altimeter height. You know how high you want to be visually. So you're looking to arrive there at that height. If you're way above that, you'll struggle to get down. If you're way below it, you'll need to add power. So you want to get there at a height that you've got a pretty good chance of gliding. If you're a little bit high, you can always use the second stage of flap.
Yep.
If you're a little bit low, then you're going to be resorting to power. Effectively, you can fly your base like virtually any speed you want, but you want to make sure that you're down at 60-ish knots as you come towards your turn.
Yeah.
Because then, when you come out of your turn, you're at approach speed. You don't want to be slow in the turn, but 60's fine. So when the power is out, it's all out, or you fly it in this enough to fly level. That's it.
Power's all out.
Yeah.
6 then.
Monitor what's happening to those numbers, and if the numbers start to disappear down the screen and go underneath, that's a sure sign that you should get ready to put it flapping. It doesn't look like that.
This is looking good to me.
If we hit the sink that we normally get here, and what it is as you come away from the thermals, you've probably got a bit of a thermal back there, and then as you get closer, you lose it. That's why it appears to sink more.
Go Bravo Victor, final runway 24.
Better late than never.
You bloody talking, I can't get word in.
You've got to pay attention.
I am paying attention.
I'm a distraction.
You are.
Right, fly it level. Keep it pointed, it's going to the left. It's ballooning, let it down. And the sideways movement you felt was because it wasn't travelling where it was pointed. Not by a lot.
Yeah.
No, you've got to fly around, you've got to work around distractions. If you're flying with a passenger that doesn't normally fly, they won't be aware of when you're concentrating.
Yeah. I tell them normally, I say, please don't talk to me when I'm taking off or landing.
That's nice and in balance. And now you're not pushing the stick out.
Yeah.
It's a sure sign. If you're going into a turn and you're having to push the stick back to stop the angle of bank.
Still Charlie Tango landing.
You've got too much rudder in.
Yeah. Go Bravo Victor, downwind runway 24. Okay, fuel is still sufficient. Boost pump is on. Brakes are on and they are working. T's and P's are good. Security nice and secure.
Yep.
And we're clean. First stage flap. Down to 60.
You're better to be a little bit too high than a bit too low.
Yeah, you can always scrub the height off, can't you?
Height you can get rid of.
Yeah.
If you're too low, the only option is power. And if you don't have power for one reason, get it down to your 60 knots as soon as you turn.
Still Charlie Tango downwards.
60 knots will give you more time to lose height on the way in.
Yeah.
When it's doing 70 knots, you get in there, you're probably descending at the same rate, but you're taking less time to actually get there.
Oh,
Down to 60, we're still 10 knots fast.
Yeah.
And then when you reach the point that you feel it's not going to go down, and you can safely put your second flap on, you can pull it, or you can decide...
Golf Charlie Romeo downwind 24 left hand.
Did you make your final call?
I'm doing now. Golf Bravo Victor, final runway 24.
Final call should be made as soon as you roll wings level on final. Keep it at 60.
Two radio Golf Bravo
no power.
Delta. Echo just north of Selby, climbing to 2000 feet. Request airfield information.
Point it straight, we're way over pointing to the left.
Outside track on Sherburn Radio, is standing overhead, Charlie for away 24 left hand, QFE 1014.
It points to the left, put right hand
Standing
rudder.
overhead, going 24 left hand 1014, Golf Delta Echo.
Put enough left hand aileron to stop it drifting out to the right. Whenever you put right hand rudder in, the aircraft will go to the right.
Yeah.
So you've got to counter that with left. So it's cross control.
Got a lot of sink there, didn't we?
Well, I mean, it was plenty high enough. The sink, we were over the runway.
Golf Charlie Romeo departing east and remaining on station.
And that's why you keep glancing at your airspeed indicator. Because if you hit wind shear, you can get maybe a 10, 15 knot drop in airspeed, and it will then fall out the air.
Yeah.
You must put the nose down to maintain the airspeed.
Yeah.
The natural tendency is to want to raise the nose.
Yeah.
That just makes it sink more.
Get me away from the ground, pull back. Yeah.
Put the nose down, and if it's coming down too fast, then add a bit of power. Hey, you cost me £100 the other day.
Yeah, crap.
Yeah, over that joining 1,000 feet above us.
Who did?
You did.
Why?
Joining Jamie's syndicate.
Why did that cost you?
Called in, they said, hey, if you put anybody my way to join my syndicate, there's £100 in it for you.
Honestly?
I said, I already have done.
Oh no.
So if he joins, it's £100 then.
Does he know I've joined this?
Yeah, I told him.
What did he say?
Oh, nothing. I said he said he was impressed by the aircraft. I said his words were, right aircraft, wrong airfield.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a bit too far away.
I explained that, you know, when you're going with your wife and
Yeah.
the girls, you really need something for them to do. And
They like it here.
yeah,
There's a little bit of a playing area and nice cafe. And we went there and it was just not.
bar.
It were all shut up. There were nothing open and
No.
it was just
Golf
working
Echo,
away.
dead side descending.
Yeah, I was there for 2 years. I didn't have a clubhouse or anything. and it was literally, you turned up,
Flew,
and
went
you
up.
couldn't even get a drink.
Yeah. Right plane, wrong place.
Yeah. Once you got the cafe built, you know, it was much, much better, and it totally transformed the airfield.
Yeah, but it weren't open when I went.
No.
Open as and when was the opening hours.
Remember, when you line the nose up, whichever way you push the rudder to line it up, put a bit of aileron the opposite way.
I think we're in a thermal here.
It will be.
It's coming down now.
Yeah. You'll drop out of it. At low level, you drop out of the thermal, and it comes down. And that can catch. You shouldn't need power. You
Wanted a little bit there.
If you'd have put the nose down and gone a bit faster, you'd probably found out that it would have not been sinking as much. Keep the power off.
Yeah,
Get
it's all
it
the way
down.
off. All the way off.
Keep it pointing straight. Remember, if right rudder goes in, left aileron goes in. If it's the right rudder, just bring that nose round. That's it. It's
That was nice,
you went a little bit past it, and it was slightly nose right, but only very slightly.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't feel much of a jolt.
That were nice.
Nose off.
Go Bravo, Victor, downwind, runway 24. Fuel's okay. Boost pump is on. Brake is off, and it's got pressure. Just come up a little bit, for a little bit low there.
200 feet.
Yeah, T's and P's, they're fine.
If you're 200 feet below, give it a good amount of power. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to slow down and climb. You want to keep going the same speed and climb, which needs a lot more power.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you're 50 foot above or below, you can usually do it all on pitch. Once you get beyond much more than 100 feet, it takes so long to do it on pitch. Your airspeed goes.
Yeah. Stay. Rudder.
60. Final call.
Go Bravo, Victor, final runway 24.
Remember, when you stick that right aileron in, it'll go out of balance if you don't follow it with a bit of rudder.
Yeah. Right, we're really
Stop that
down.
final pitch, yeah.
So flight level. Coming down at 500 feet a minute.
Right, I'm going to cut the power now.
Yeah. That we didn't get the thermal. I think that was the difference. It was coming down quite hard, whereas previously it was barely coming down.
Yeah.
Just keep it at 60, glance at your airspeed, hold it on the centre, now line it. So use your feet to line it, use your aileron just to drag the aircraft back and forth and stop it. Keep it over the centre line. Keep it coming down. Now it's pointing to the right. Configure full power, and go. Nose wheel off. You can leave your nose wheel on the ground and just rotate at rotation speed, but if you're flying on grass, it's usually better to get it off.
Yeah.
And what's more, even on tarmac, to get it off just a little bit, it doesn't add much to the drag. It's not as though you're lacking in power.
Yeah.
And it'll take up at a sensible speed. Right. Go fly it at 120 miles an hour.
You what?
Fly it at 120 miles an hour.
120? Get off. Too fast.
It's miles an hour, remember, not knots. It's only 105 knots.
Not used to such dizzying speed.
Sherburn helicopter.
Nose to 60. The nose up.
And 60, and then just wait and see how it responds. Never sort of throw your flap in straight away, because if you do, and then once it settles down, it starts to sink, then you think, wish I had to put it in.
I think first stage of flap's quite effective in this.
Yeah? Oh, it's far more than
Golf
confident.
Delta goes downwind, please glide approach to land, contact 1 and final.
Go Bravo Victor, final runway 24.
So don't be tempted to push it down to get down to the runway, because it'll sink through a steeper angle by going more slowly than it will quickly. Yeah, get to the centre of the runway and then point it straight, keep it pointing straight. To the right. Now you're putting power in.
Fucking knee again.
No, if you're pushing it down, your knee can't. Right, full power to somebody behind us. We're off the runway now, that's the edge marker.
Delta Echo, left base, flight approach, contact 1, short final.
Golf Charlie Sierra, short final, 2-4, this will be a touch and go, Steve.
Big man.
Yeah, you've got to be really critical of yourself about that alignment. It must be pointed perfectly down the runway, parallel with the axis of the runway, with enough aileron to stop any drift. And whenever you put right rudder in, if it was tracking in the right direction, when the right rudder goes in
short final,
to line it up, it'll move to the right, so you have to accompany that with left aileron. But as if the rudder goes in, the opposite aileron goes in. So if you're playing them like this,
10 nautical miles to the south, 2,000 feet, request
very, very small inputs, then it's not difficult. If you've got to put loads in, you can start oscillations going.
Yeah.
It's a cracking day.
Beautiful, isn't
See
it?
the cooling towers down there?
Yeah. Where are they?
They're down on the Trent.
Really?
Yeah. They're down near Scampton.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's about 40 nautical miles. So you're 200 feet high.
Yeah.
You've got to constantly be monitoring.
I'm looking at them cooling towers.
You've got to fit your scans in around all the other stuff.
Golf Bravo, Victor, downwind runway 24, contact 1 ahead on the downwind.
You're aiming to the middle of the field there. And the wind's blowing this away. So if we're pointing that way, and with the drift, we'll finish up over there.
Yeah.
So I'd expect to be crabbing towards the left.
Slow it down.
Still above 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
There are other techniques that you can use for losing height.
We could do a side slip, couldn't we, and get a little bit off. Well,
if it was a flapless approach, you could stick the nose down, pull it up to sort of around about 100 knots.
Golf Charlie Sierra, final 2-4.
And once the heights come off, you can then level it out. Not the side slip, this is the side slip.
Here we go.
No, do it in balance.
Bloody hell.
All the rudder and just enough.
Radio, to Golf, Mike Golf, India, request airfield information.
You're too low now. Well, don't put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out. Put in as much as you need.
Sherburn Radio,
way low, you're not on my level.
in the
Don't let it come down any lower.
2-4 left hand on QP 1014, Golf, Whiskey India.
Final.
Golf Bravo, Victor, final runway 24.
Flight level, down at 60, remember. No point trimming, you're doing 80.
Just try to take some of the force off the stick, that was all. Ditch.
You wouldn't be happy with switching the mags off now, would you?
Oh no.
Okay, shall I?
No, don't bother. Please don't.
Now, if there's ever any doubt about it getting
Helicopter Golf, Whiskey India, left in and air taxi into midfield.
because you hit the sink or whatever, you can finish up sort of low. If you find it's coming down a bit, just increase your speed ever so slightly. Get it maybe nearer to 70. Keep it pointed straight, keep it pointed straight, and it's a very beautiful landing.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That were nice.
Yeah. It's just concentrating on keeping pointed while you're concentrating on the soft landing. Full power and go. Remembering that the edge of the runway is there, the centre's just over there. You see where the numbers are, where the centre is. We weren't far off. But
That were nice, that. Were really smooth.
Yeah, it's because you got it pointed in the right direction and you didn't rush it onto the ground.
All right, good.
And you didn't
Golf, my Bravo, says
power it.
Let's try a side slip, shall I?
Yeah, but if you're going to side slip, going progressively. Too much running, nothing of aileron going that way.
Charlie Romeo descended dead side for 2-4, left hand grass.
I wouldn't go down any lower than that because you're far out.
Golf Charlie Sierra, close in, wind, bad weather circuit 2-4.
Golf Bravo, Victor, final to land, 2-4.
It's there.
Oh, yeah.
To land halfway down the runway, and then we can...
I'm going to leave a trickle of power on then.
Flight level.
Charlie Sierra's close in base, bad weather circuit 2-4, visual of the aircraft about to turn final. This will be a touch and go, so keep well out of your way.
Golf Mike Bravo, final 2-4.
Charlie Sierra, short final 2-4, contact 1.
Contact 1 ahead, Golf Mike Bravo.
Take it from here.
You take it.
Flap on.
Oh, it's off.
Off.
Yeah, it's off.
Charlie, Golf Charlie Romeo is turning downwind for 2-4, left hand grass.
Golf Bravo, Victor, runway vacated. Now that were frantic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just to give you a chance to land.
Yeah. Flaps are off. Landing light is off. I'm opening my door.
Yeah, good plan.
Because I've got a bit of a sweat on.
That's been working.
Good session, that.
Microlight.
Yeah.
Golf Oscar Hotel Sherburn Radio, standard overhead drive for the way 2-4, left hand QFE 1014.
Standard overhead. Okay, radio off. Say bye, Mike. Say bye.
Bye. One off and then get the revs down. Never take your revs down before you... Yeah, it's better if you turn off one while it's doing 2000. Right. Then put your finger on the other, then pull the throttle hard back against the spring. That will make the revs go right down. As the revs drop off, press the off. So you stop at the engine for the minimum speed. Then you can't without getting back in. Remember that. Real? You've got a half one now, haven't you? So I'll... Yeah. No, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.